Okay. Welcome back to Bradborne. We are, I would say, knee deep in the DLC mud. I have not talked to Brad about it other than the gun he's wielding, but I feel like that sword is slightly different somehow. Like maybe it has a secret within, but it does not look like Ludwig's Holy Blade that I remember. And then he's got a Gatling gun. That's pretty straightforward. But oh, my thought was correct. It is drenched in moonlight. That is just the best looking sword, and one who transcends most games. But I actually feel like has its place here. Like this is the game it belongs in to me because the moon is such a lore heavy element to this game. There's actually
you have them both equipped.
Oh, that's awesome. Can you actually find the moon? I don't know if you can find the moon here or not. You might have to go to Yarho Ghoul to see this.
It's right there in front of him.
Okay, yeah, I don't think you can see it here. Yeah, you can kind of look at it here. So I want you to notice this is something that is, I think, clearly deliberate. But what's in the sky right now?
The moon.
The moon.
But it's
and
also
what else?
kind of daylight.
What else? The clouds?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Which is in front of which?
Beg pardon?
Which is in front of which? Is the moon in front of the clouds?
It appears to be so.
It's totally in front of the clouds. And if you go to Yarho Ghoul, you'll notice that the moon is both in front of and behind the clouds. And there's just no way that's not a developer intentional thing, right? Like it has to be
you're right.
intentional. You're not gonna put like somebody is going, okay, here's the layers that exist in real life normally. Like people aren't gonna accidentally put the moon between two cloud layers. Like there's like a layer of fog and then the moon and then clouds rolling behind it. The moon is clearly in front of the clouds, which is telling you that there is in fact something they've talked about the moon the entire game. You know, you smell like the moon. You've got moon drenched. The moon is an ever-present thing in this game, and so the fact that the moonlight sword exists here in a way that made Ludwig insane and follow basically its every wish and kept it a secret from everybody else is, to me, it's very much it's driven. The lore is driven towards the moon. So that being said, we are onward back into the DLC today. He had just beaten Ludwig and talked to his godfather in the bed, Severed Horsehead.
Yes.
Yeah, which is where we got this weapon from.
So
Brad would have had to have leveled up his arcane to make this a thing, but
yeah,
he clearly did that.
I have done my thing, and I have played with the sword. It's a lot of fun. I dig it. I'm torn between my two blades.
Yeah, well, the good news is you have a button there that switches back and forth between the two, so you can always just have your fun and play with them. And you did obviously notice that when you use the R2 with the moonlight, that uses bullets, right? I mean, that's so that's kind of the gamification, give and take with the sword. Is that's a very effective, powerful move, but it does consume bullets, so you only have in a limited capacity.
Yeah,
which is very cool.
I'm finding it. What pros of the weapon? Again, it's not. I don't have it maxed out yet, so it's not doing a fraction of the damage that Ludwig's blade is still doing. But I'm finding it like a lot more nimble. It's kind of. Maybe it fits my playstyle a little better since I tend to go in and overswing anyway. Like firing off like 3 or 4 like swipes at a time feels, more natural than it does with the Holy Blade.
Yeah.
But the Holy Blade is still maxed out and still like, really digging that damage in. So
it's once you fall in love with the Holy Blade, you turn into me, which is somebody who just can't they just can't break themselves from it. It's like an obsession.
Yeah, this
Uh,
still feels
it
better.
feels right. It feels good on your shoulder. Like you know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zach's also along tonight. We're gonna get into it. How's it going, Zach?
It's going well. Good evening.
All right.
May the
Zach or I
moon
might
be
get
ever on
voted
your
off of.
side.
Thanks. Zach or I might get voted off of the Draft Punks Island tonight, but probably not, since we have a brother alliance. But we're still playing that game. We're getting
Just
heavy.
glad we're done with Peggle.
Peggle ruined me. I don't know if Brian's gonna read it or not, but did he ask you questions? Oh wait, we're into it now. We got Laura here.
A tragic figure, but he will shame himself no longer. He died with his ideals untarnished. He was a true hero,
Untarnished.
and earned that much at least.
Yeah, that's probably where they got that from.
Do you know why the hunters are drawn to this nightmare?
Great line.
Because it sprouted from their very misdeeds. Things that some would rather keep secret.
By the way,
A
Simon
pitiful
fucking
tale
Belmont.
of petty arrogance, really.
Awesome.
High time someone exposed the whole charade.
Like this is almost one to
Go on
one
ahead.
Castlevania shit.
You seek nightmares and the secrets within, do you not? Now, you see.
Anyway, you already got what you need. If you don't originally get what you need from talking to Ludwig's head and killing it, he'll give it to you later, so you can get the melee sword. Oh, you missed a item back there. Yeah, there it is. I love all of the people who came here to fight Ludwig. Like this is just a massive pile of corpses. I mean, that may not be what it is, but it feels to me like the corpses are kind of represented here. Is basically victims of the basically the battle and the use of Bergenworth and the Healing Church. Mostly the Healing Church. Like I feel like the bodies represent kind of the Healing Church, which is an overarching theme in these games.
Yeah.
It's just how much the Healing Church abused everybody.
They seem to be in the relative same state of decay.
Yeah.
To me, so like I feel like most of these bodies probably were accumulated at the same time. What a psycho. Love it.
You have
Probably
gotten at
just
least
crushed the
will you
whole
look
horror,
at
man.
before you go forward, would you just do one thing for me? Because there's one item we picked up last time that I feel like is relevant to lore in this playthrough, and I want to kind of look at it. So let's look at the pendant you picked up. The eye pendant, I think it was from when you went in the church is where you originally fought Vicar Amelia.
What's
where
it
you
called?
found the eye pendant. I think it may be somewhere else, but let's go through this first. Because Laurence was chucked up there on the altar, like his kind of nightmare form. Eye pendant, yeah. An eye pendant which unlocks the surgery altar. There are two cathedrals in the hunter's dream. One lies past the river of blood. Another contains the private research hall of the Healing Church. So that's the line I really wanted to focus on. Contains the private research hall of the Healing Church. Only chosen members of the Healing Church or their lamentable patients can enter the research hall using this eye.
Right.
Grant eyes to the surgery altar skull.
Right.
So that's another one. Grant eyes to the surgery altar skull. We're gonna come back to that.
Cool.
He talks about a skull.
We
He
checked
talks
that
about a
out last
research
time,
hall.
but good recap there.
I know we did, but like I wanted it to kind of be fresh in our minds going into this one, just from a lore basis. This Healing Church Research Hall is kind of the thing.
Hollowed by blood, but always clear of mind. Proud under the church. Beasts are a curse, and curse is a shackle. Only we are the true blades of the church.
this game.
Me too.
It's just so perfect. The atmosphere, everything is just ominous, and the cloth all like just moves correctly.
Shrouded by rifles, it is strong. Colored by blood, but always clear of mud. Ground under the church. Beasts of
The video game version of just reading a really good book.
So damn good. There's
Glad
a
we're
trap,
back into
right?
it.
There's gotta be a trap. This feels like a trap.
I love you, but you already kind of got past the trap. The gun dude was the trap there.
Oh, alright.
Just or so OP, it didn't hurt you very much. You should go down those steps though.
Okay.
You can come back up.
The way I tend to explore is like the
It's
whole
not the
level
way.
before I change levels. That's just
It's
kind
not the way.
I appreciate that, thank you. But that's just kind of usually where my brain goes.
Yeah, dude, I get it. I just want you to know you can continue to explore up there after you come down here. That's
Yeah.
all. This is just a conversation right now.
Are you a hunter? Well, that's very odd. Do you hear the toll of the bell?
I honestly don't.
Are you gonna be honest or not?
Well, the beast you seek will not be found here. Go back to your hunt, and if you have the chance, put this night behind you. Places better left untouched. Secrets better left alone. Only a forward so brazenly roam. Bear in mind, some places are better left untouched, and some slowly falls to brazenly roam.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I can't choose again. What happens if I lie to him?
I don't think you get to choose again. It's basically the same kind of thing, but
Alright.
So,
in my
like, I chose
opinion,
the same
you
option.
made the
don't-
honest
you get to-
opinion. I mean, you told him what, like, you haven't heard the bell, so
No, I have not. Truthfully.
So, what's the difference there? What happens if you say that you did?
I don't remember. I don't think anything really.
Because I know the door
I-
just stays locked. I'm just wondering, like, does he open it if you...
I forget what it is. No, he doesn't open it. I forget what the difference
Oh,
is.
yes.
What is this?
This of karate.
That's
Let's
a
look
weapon.
at it.
It's a
Oh.
weapon.
Let's look at it. It's like brass knuckles of Bloodborne.
Yes.
And the amount that is probably the next highest staggering weapon besides your freaking sword.
The Kirk hammer is definitely a high stagger weapon. It's just so slow.
Yeah.
Did I miss it? What's it called
Is
again?
that it may
It's
not
a-
be in there.
It should
I think
be.
it's like an item.
Oh, it's a gun weapon. Gun weapon.
Oh, I
weapon.
see.
There you go. All right, let's check it out. Fist of Gradia.
Yes.
Chunk of iron fitted with finger holes. The hulking hunter woman, Simple Gratia, ever hopeless when handling hunter firearms, preferred to knock the lights out of beasts with this hunk of iron, which incidentally caused heavy stagger. Gradia was a fearsome hunter, and to onlookers, her unrelenting pummeling appeared oddly heroic. No wonder this weapon later assumed her name. I mean, look at that. It's just like a piece of giant metal with
Yeah.
fingers in it. Like, it's great.
Dude,
I forgot
that's-
that was a gun weapon. You might have
Yeah.
to take the lead on some of this stuff. It's more fresh in your mind, Zach. I only
Well,
played the
I
DLC
used-
a few times.
I used that weapon in an upcoming fight because I had no real way of staggering, and I
Mhm.
needed to. So yeah, it's an interesting weapon. I never really got to like check it as far as like timing, like for a parry.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Can you parry with that? I
I
never
have- I-
used it, honestly. Not
I
one
never
single
tr-
time.
I didn't try it in that sense, but it could be. I feel like that's an interesting thing that maybe it could.
Huh.
Oh, I love this room so much. By the way, I want
Look
you
at the
to. I
perfect
want you.
pose.
Oh, it's so good.
It nailed
I want
it.
you to notice something back there in that dark area behind you. You see those eyes?
Yeah.
So I really think strongly that there's a connection between. Let's go back there and check that out first of all before we do anything else. Because I want to talk about it, but I really feel like there's this connection between something kind of in our world and what they're getting across in this game. So these are rats. Basically, all of these rats wandering around, and you've just read about a research hall, like a
Yeah.
basically a healing church research hall, and there's this. I think there's this kind of correlation in this game between like lab rats and the way that the healing church was using human beings in the same kind of way. You know,
Yeah.
basically trying to create kin of the cosmos and testing. And so I think that there's kind of like, they're kind of showing that on the outskirts of the research hall that you have this, that you have these lab rats basically. You know, there's no other reason why they're up here other than for experimentation. And I think that's a direct connection between the healing church, like experimentation, and just our world where lab rats are used because we deem their bodies basically not worthy of being alive because we think of them as pests and they're in a fight with the blood. Oh, you're in a corner too. Holy hell. Man, she shot you through the curtains.
Yeah, she's a pain in the butt. This fight was annoying.
I didn't want to talk about this fight, but now that you're in it, I'll shut up.
All good.
This fight is awesome. I'll just leave it at that. It's so cool.
Sweet.
It's not the hardest thing in the game, but it's not easy either. Like I put it on the level of like the first time you ever fight, not you specifically, but most people fight Yosefka. Like it's not crazy hard, but like it can surprise you. Oh, look at this professional Bloodborne player with the run back. What's your right? That's where he came from. I love this room.
Oh, he's got my blood echoes, huh?
Oh, I think so. Did you have a lot? I wasn't
40K.
paying attention.
What's you doing? Stop for magic lady.
Oh, you gotta back up, yeah. Just get out of that entire area.
Get to the back
Get out
side
of
of
that
the
entire area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I
She
didn't have
needs
to
to
worry about your
go.
blood echoes.
She needs to go.
She is such a twat.
Uh-huh. Got it.
Yeah, that will just.
I deserve that.
She does like 80% damage.
I had
even at your
no
level.
respect until just now. Okay.
Shrouded by night, but with steady stride.
That damn chair.
Crushing her doesn't. He just pushes up super.
Oh, look at that! Do you see the sword he's wielding?
Mm-hmm.
I had just noticed that. Fascinating.
Shrouded by night, but with steady stride.
Oh. Letting off the shotgun heat. Yikes.
I'd say pull that guy to the back. I think we go down.
Aha.
My God, that fucking shit she does is so
Yeah, that is really annoying. Plus, there's all these little nooks and crannies to get caught in here.
Yeah, you can pull him down to like the other side of the beds, and she'll kind of like maneuver around. She's a little less annoying because she has more things that can interrupt like what she's shooting at.
Alright, I'll try to drag him back a little.
Shrouded by night, but with steady stride.
Oh wow, I didn't even see him.
What did you do?
I walked right by him. So weird.
that shot of hers is doing
Yeah, run down there.
way too much to you.
Not
No,
straight
good
line.
dodge.
Oh, the rats.
Okay, she's kind of moved down to it. Yeah, she'll make her way down, but it's
Well,
but it's a less of a like constant
yeah.
operation of
I got
her
this.
stuff.
I got
Yeah,
him.
you
We're,
got it.
We're cool. That's the way. Let me get rid of those rats before anything. Just in case. I know they didn't come out, but...
Shrouded by night, but with steady stride. Colored by blood.
Making a hard left into the wall there. No big deal. Oh, chair.
Stuck on a chair.
Again.
Oh, I guess we're sitting here, Hunter. Have you seen that trailer for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yes.
movie? Hunter?
Yes.
Looking
It
awesome.
was.
So good.
It's like
Spider-Verse.
what is it? It's like Spider-Verse Turtles.
Okay,
It's
thanks.
gonna be so freaking.
I feel validated because I thought the same thing. I'm like, this feels like
They
Spider-Verse
did.
Turtles.
They clearly like kind of went for the same vibe. So.
It seems like fun.
I'm pretty excited about the D&D movie that comes out at the end of the month. Actually, it's got an 89 on Rotten Tomatoes at this point.
A little quicker than me.
It's got the quick blade out instead of the big blade.
Let me put your
This is me when I'm like, wait, you might want to pull out the Gatling gun and just finish this ass
Ha ha
off.
ha! I should do that, but I'm not gonna.
Nice. You got this now. Just don't get shot by that stupid thing.
Whoa, whoa, what?
She fell down.
Oh, I'm like, where did you go?
What the
Picking up items in a
I-
boss fight.
No, it's not that. It's like shooting you, and she's not. Oh, because she didn't come up.
Dude.
Got rapid fire going on right now. Just run. Like that threat game.
There we go.
Maxed.
Get them heals. There's something on the bed there.
Wisdom of the Great One. Again, like the more that you like areas where you get. Why the hell did you not pick that up?
She can't. That's the extra quicksilver bullets.
Yeah,
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
I'm maxed.
Like whenever you get like really huge amounts of like Ben's knowledge, I just
Okay.
assume this is a place with a lot of like basically a direct connection to the cosmos. That's my connection with it. Anytime they're like, let's give him a great man's knowledge. You got an altar here. It actually there. What is going on here? I love this. Some people think that that one in the back is Master Willem. I don't agree with that, but he does have a similar kind of hat on. But basically, this is almost like people praying over a corpse. You know, like they're essentially. This is like a sculpture to them trying to elevate Yarnamites onto another plane of existence.
Yeah,
And
I was
it's like
thinking to myself, like,
experimentation.
sending it to the other side, almost. Right?
This is a very deliberately crafted sculpture to just basically show that this is what they were doing. You know, this is the shit that they were pulling on the people.
Right.
And you've just got this corpse laying there, and it's very grotesque and cult-like. And this is all healing church level stuff, you know. I want you to
You
remember
gotta
that.
shove that into the brain.
What did you put in there?
The eye pendant?
Correct. Access
Opened up
to the
their
research
eyes.
hall. Access to the research hall.
So I think that there's a lantern right here.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say anything about what this is, Hunter. I was just gonna try and make sure he grabs the lantern.
I see.
Yeah, right there to your left.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm actually gonna have you do something really quick because
What's
I
up?
don't know if Hunter knows about it.
I know about it.
To take it back down.
Well, how else are you gonna fight?
No,
Should I take
take
it
that
back
back down. Take it back down. Now get off and wait for it to go back up.
We gotta pull the lever.
Do you? I thought you had to pull the lever just for. No, it should go back up on its own. I think. Pull levers to get it back down. Or yeah.
Oh, you gotta touch it,
Just
touch it, and roll
just-
off.
there we
Okay.
go. Now just wait a second.
Look, it's almost an exact replica of the Grand Cathedral, where you found Lawrence's beast skull. Remember that?
Yep. So
Yes.
just grab what's on there.
I know what you're gonna say.
Okay.
You're gonna take it down now, Zach? Is that what you're
Yeah,
gonna tell us?
I was gonna tell you to take it down. I
Is
didn't
this
know
gonna
if
go-
you did it or not. You gotta go pull the lever, but then take it down.
I think there's probably a few things left in this game that I've never discovered, and Brad showed me one of them in this playthrough. But I don't think there's many. Not in the main game. Probably in the chalice dungeons still.
Doorway right here.
It's a chest.
It is.
It's got a fun item in it, kinda.
Church unit. Okay, go jump back on before it goes
No,
up.
we gotta read it. We gotta read it. Well, you can look at it while we're going up. It's in the guns. It's again. Church cannon. Church cannon, an oversized weapon used by the healing church. So you know you're in healing church territory here. A type of cannon that fires with a curved trajectory and creates an explosion upon impact. I mean, it's basically a grenade launcher. Originally designed for use by brawny men with deteriorated brains, not for just any ordinary hunter. But the men lacked the wits to effectively operate firearms, and the weapon was quietly ushered into permanent storage, which is where I just found it. So you also have another thing here, and I think we need to make a decision here, and I kind of want to make that decision, but I'm going to leave it up for interpretation. Or council, interpretation, council, whatever. Vote. We can go back from whence we came to the first lantern and go see where you got where you first saw like the burning Laurence corpse, where we can continue. But I will say the Laurence corpse is awesome.
Yes.
And also completely optional.
Here, pull it down. I vote Laurence corpse.
I'm with
Laurence corpse?
Let's do it.
Alright. Laurence corpse means you just have to basically go back to the lantern, back to the dream, go back to the start, and then you're... No, is there a lantern? There's not a lantern there.
Not in there, no. Not in there.
I think you have to go back to the first lantern in the nightmare, and then basically run back up to the church. Probably the easiest way to get there, I think.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to get there.
Okay.
I know you're
Yes.
gonna be mad at me, but I missed that lantern like at least 5 times when I was running by. So I kept
This
coming
one?
back from so I kept coming up from down below.
That's like the most obvious lantern in the game. It's like right in front of your face.
The other one I missed was the Nightmare Mensis one, like right there.
You know what else we can do? Can we do one other thing before this?
Of course.
I want to do one other thing. I think it works. I don't know yet. You have vermin. One other thing before this, because I don't want you to miss on this. You've gotten them now, so let's go to the Forbidden Woods Lantern. I think, is it that one? Let's see.
Yeah, where the dude is.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not any of those. I think it's down one, maybe. It's not that
No,
one.
that's not the one. Yeah, this is.
It's this one. Forbidden Woods. Let's do that one. Alright, we're going to the right. Well, we're going in that door. We're gonna go talk to that dude in here, the lead guy to the right there. Let's go talk to him.
Well then, you seen enough out there?
By the way,
Fancy
this
joining
guy
the
has some
ranks of the
ties
League?
to the old hunters. If you look down on his belt, he actually has a. You might as well join it now. I think you
Yes.
need to.
As a hunter,
He has like a
well
lantern
shaped.
of sorts on his
Commit the start.
belt there.
Our
Kind of an
own
old school
Carol
looking one.
rune, symbol of the League.
By the way, you
night
get that from
brims with
joining
defiled
the
scum
DLC
and is
for him,
permeated by their rotten
I think.
stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League Confederates.
All right. Talk to him one more time. Let's see if he has anything
Now,
else to say.
there is one thing you must know. By the oath of the League, those who bear its rune will see vermin. Vermin writhe deep within all filth and are the root of man's impurity. All vermin are to be crushed. The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate is ours alone. Do not expect the world to grasp our work. But remember, the Confederates will always have my blessing. And each other. Always. The League exists.
All right, I think that's it.
This do not end.
All right, now what?
Did he go back to the bathroom?
All right, sorry, I'm back. I lost you for a second there. This guy has clearly got a bit of a tie to the old hunters and the nightmare. Because he's telling you to squash vermin, which is something we've found in the nightmare. So let's look in your inventory. Just go literally right in front of him too. Like, let's just do this right in front of him, right there. And let's go in there and find vermin. I think you've got a few of them now.
3.
Yeah, you got 3, and we need a couple more. But let's vermin, a centipede-like creature. We read this before,
Yeah,
but
we have.
vermin, hidden in filth, blah 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 blah. So let's use one.
Use it.
Yeah, use it. You can totally use it. So you just squash one in front of this dude. Do you see that? Like,
Yep.
you used your foot. You didn't eat it like you normally do. You fucking squash it. All right, let's talk to him
The
again.
League exists to expunge. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to
You might
hunt
have to do
and
more than
kill.
one of them. You might have to do
This
5, I
bloody
guess.
fate is ours alone.
So you've done. You can squash the
Do not
other ones. Let's
expect
see if
the
he
world
talks.
to
I think it's
grasp our
5.
work and each.
He changes his tune eventually. I think it's at 5. We might have to find 2 more out in the wilds. Alright, see if he says something different to you now.
The League exists to
All right.
expunge.
We got 2 more to get. If we get 2 more vermin, we'll come back here. You can go back to the lantern and head back to the DLC. Just the main place you started from. I think it's what is Nightmare Church? Let's do the Hunter's Nightmare. That's the best one, I think. To run back.
Nightmare Church is the one next
The
to
one before
Cannon, too.
Ludwig.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. That would be a heck of a run back from there, I think. Right?
Yeah. This is the quickest way.
This is the easiest one. You have to run past the big dude, but
You can just go
I
out
don't
to
know
the
if that
right.
matters. Oh, to the right. That's right. Yes, you open that up. That's it. Okay, I was like, what is the run back here? This is perfect. But doesn't this go to the Nightmare Church?
No.
Oh, you're right. It just goes right up to it. That's exactly where it goes.
No, you might actually.
Where am I heading now?
No, you need to go back out the main entrance. I was wrong. Go out the main entrance of the church, and then just up to the right up the stairs. We're heading back up to the church where we found.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because that's
Okay.
taking us down to like the River of Blood.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so
Yeah,
it's up
you-
here. Just run by.
Yeah, it's just pretty much straight up here. I mean, there's not really much to it.
Up the stairs more.
Up this, yeah, keep going up. Like you're going to
to your
Vicar
left.
Amelia.
Yeah, so up and to the left.
That's
They're drawing the dogs.
Oh yes.
yeah, like you're going to
keep
Vicar
going.
Amelia.
It's up here. Watch
The
out for the
cathedral is
fireball.
basically in the same place.
Watch
Watch
out
out
for
for
the
that.
fireball. Oh my gosh.
No. Watch out for
No,
those
no, no,
guys
no.
up there.
Yeah, just pass those guys up top.
Up,
You don't have
yeah,
to-
you
you
just
don't have
gotta
to
run by them.
Yeah, you don't
While
have to
they're
kill the
fighting.
big guy. Yeah, you don't have to kill the big guy.
Just don't get hit. Nice. Yeah, here we go. Alright. Did you picked up... Can we actually look... Stop for a second. Stop. Let's look at what you picked up. Because you picked up, what, Lawrence's skull? Is that an item he has now?
Yeah, I should have it.
Let's look at Lawrence's skull.
Key item?
It might be. Go up. I think it may be... No, it wouldn't be in there.
Yeah, it is right there. You just went by.
Oh. Alright, perfect. Yeah, Lawrence's skull. Lawrence's skull. Skull of Laurence. First vicar of the Healing Church. You remember you fought Vicar Amelia, who was praising Laurence. But this is a human skull compared to the beast skull that you saw in the waking world. This is basically the dreaming nightmare skull. In reality, he became the first cleric beast. So the first cleric beast. That implies there's a lot of cleric beasts. You remember when you fought the cleric beast?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was like a powerful member of the church using a lot of blood from like the old blood. Like they became the most powerful beast. So in reality, he became the first cleric beast, and his human skull only exists within the nightmare. The skull is a symbol of Lawrence's past and what he failed to protect. He is destined to seek his skull, but even if he found it, he could never restore his memories. Like basically, Laurence abandoned Bergenworth and his master Willem the advice of basically fear the old blood. Do not use this. This is bad. You do not want to go down this road. And he went down the road anyway, so he has no retribution here. So this is basically a symbol of the fact that he can never find his way back in the nightmare to his human self. It's just gorgeous. I love that shit. Anyway, so we're back at Laurence here.
Oh,
And
shit.
yeah, things changed.
What?
Yeah, now you have his human skull. Oh, Miyazaki. Your introductions are always something. I love he puts his hand on his face like he just woke up.
Like a hangover,
forever.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, ugh,
Wow.
this.
You
Guys.
you wake me?
It's just like the other cleric beast fight, except for fire now. This dude. lot harder than the cleric beast. A lot harder.
Huh.
So this, I think, is the only optional boss in the DLC.
Yeah, it is. As far as I found, I didn't find any others. Fucking blunderbuss, man.
Gotta respect the game.
You can just throw it at it.
Oh, right. Woo.
Good dodge. Like a goonie.
You pulled out your torch.
I love this.
Heal.
Nice.
There you go. Nice.
Wow.
Oh man, dude, it's so hard.
Big hits.
Big hits, big heart. This fight is basically the same as a Cleric Beast in a lot of ways, where you're just essentially trying to stay away from that big ass arm of his and get behind him to the left, and just watch out for fire and shit. But if you're on the heavy arm side, you're gonna get wrecked.
It's like one of the few times that
Nice. There you go.
the threaded game was like it's staggered. It didn't stagger it, but it calls like the devotion pistol very good.
Dude, you're doing awesome.
Come on. I was trying to drink the potion.
So fast. You actually did much better that time. But yeah, to start with, you definitely want to like focus on like the cleric beast fight, where it's like, you know, dodge through any attack he does with the left arm or his right arm on your left. Stay away from the big arm, basically, and just try and get around to his backside. Get around to his backside and just get some hits in, and then just make sure that he's not going to hit you back.
Right.
And then
Stay healthy. Yes.
Oh, he didn't
I
blunderbuss
freaking
you.
love that guy so much. And that guy. And the ball.
I would say attack twice, maybe 3 times.
Now I'm
His
involved.
biggest frame is like
Now I'm involved. Alright. You two can duke it out.
Difference between him and the cleric beast is like if you get hit by this dude, you're screwed. You not want to be in his big arm path.
Hey.
Yeah, he's in that his arm.
got a little of an AoE.
Yeah. Unlike the first phase of the cleric beast, yeah, you cannot be anywhere near that smack. I'm gonna grab. There you go. Smack, smack. Get out.
This, no,
widely considered, by the way, the second or third hardest boss in the game. Just want you to know that.
Yeah, this is a tough one. The timing's tough.
But he's constantly turning, you know.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I'm digging this so far.
Yeah, it's
it's a good
it's so
challenge.
good.
I'm feeling this.
This
is my kind of fight.
I was gonna give you strategies for Ludwig, but you were kicking the shit out of him so much I didn't have to tell you anything. So I'm hoping it kind of goes the same way. But Ludwig is similar to this in some ways where there aren't really a lot of like
pointers,
good strategies. You know, there's just don't get hit by this thing, and what is that up there that you haven't picked up? You see it?
It's the trap.
No, up there.
I know.
That's not a trap.
It's like vials or something.
I don't see it.
There and drop down. No. Look up right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's like a drop down. You can get down to that. I think it's like part of the old hunter's gear, if I'm guessing. I feel like that's what it is. Just drop down right there. There we go. Old hunter gloves. Okay.
Right. No time to play.
My one little bit of advice is there's a time for dodging and there's a time for sprinting. You know, understanding when to do both is pretty essential against this boss and against the cleric beast too. Like, you gotta get to his backside, and sometimes sprinting is the best way to get there.
The back. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. He still does these AoE attacks, which is why you gotta get a couple hits in and get out. And in those situations where he hasn't swung at all, I would say one hit at maximum. There you go, that's the dodge.
Just getting some weird camera angles. Kind of stuck in
the camera in this game can get real wonky in these fights.
Man. Finger was on the button.
You get hit by that big fire right arm and it's over.
Well, this is gonna be tough. Need to get pissed. It's the only way. Alright. I need that good close call, like that real, like, that run that felt right that goes wrong. After that, I always get it.
Oh, he didn't even let you fight, dude. He just two-handed, like one giant armed, like fire pounded you twice.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't cool.
Oh, no.
I'm wondering if
Hector.
I should.
You can come back to it, by all means.
No. I'm not looking to bail at all. I've got this.
Oh, all right.
I'm just wondering if I should change into something a little more fire friendly.
Sure.
Don't I have that kind of gear laying around? What was it again? It was like the black.
The
burn something or other.
the
deal.
wet ashen set tends to be good against fire because it's from old Yarnum and when they're burning the town. I don't know if it came with a top or not. I think it was just that. So the Ashen Hunter set, I think is what it's called, or something like that. Oh, that's good at fire, though. The sweaty clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not good at anything else, but.
No.
Check the Hunter, the Ashen one out. So just keep going down. Charge, not Ashen, sorry. I'm different game. Charge Hunter Grove.
Yeah.
140. I mean, that's pretty stout against fire. Like anything charred comes from the old Yarnum, like when they burn the town, it's kind of built for fire. So any charred gear you have, charred Hunter gloves are gonna be good against fire. Trousers. I don't think there's a top to that one. I could be wrong. I like that you're wearing that top though.
Pretty badass.
Fashion-wise, fashion-wise, the Yaragul Hunter set is my favorite. I just love all like the dangly like fur. It almost looks like Blair Witch Project like made it outfit.
Run up the left side of the stairs there, like it kind of bounces away from it.
Well, that guy's nuts. Aw, man, every fucking time. You get the hell out of my way, please. That is beyond irritating.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for
You're
that
like, oh, yeah,
secondary
that.
part of that. If you really slam it down,
Oh,
dude.
fuck, dude.
I mean,
Man, I can't even
and
get
I'm not
in on
trying
him
to.
now.
I'm not trying to like downplay your wardrobe change, but I have tried to make this point to you a bit this entire game. What you wear, it's mostly cosmetic. I mean, it's cool as shit to look at, which is why I always just say put on what you like to look at, because the difference between you having fire resistance and not in that fight is fucking
Nothing.
minuscule. Like there just isn't, like they put stats behind it and they are real stats, but it's such a minuscule difference in the damage you're taking from that and fire in
You're
general.
getting blasted regardless.
It's like
Don't get
they
bit.
they almost made a point. They made a point in this game specifically of taking the value of shields and armor out,
Right.
so that you have to not get hit. You have to be careful. You know, you have to parry. You have to dodge. Like all these things are what made this game what it is. So as cool as the armor is, it just the stats are kind of meaningless in a lot of ways. again, all this stuff also looks cool. So just whatever you like, look up.
There we go. Now we're talking.
I almost want to tell you to take off the lock on. I feel like that's throwing you off a little bit, maybe.
I didn't hear what
The
you
camera
said.
does get a little wonky with the lock on, for
Take
sure.
the lock on off.
Yeah, I mean, every boss fight's a little bit different, but like the lock on can throw you off, especially in a fight like this where you're trying to get underneath something that's so damn big. It makes you just like look at the ceiling instead of at the legs where you're really trying to aim.
Just gonna do that over and over, are you?
4 of them in a row.
Yeah, come on, man. Made me really work to get the hell out of there, didn't you?
You're getting in there. Oh my god. Jack
Oh man.
Oh yeah, well. Damn.
Yes, I love it though. That's so awesome.
You're not dead.
I love that attack.
That wasn't the full grab. That was a different one.
Oh my god, what is even happening?
The camera angle, man.
Come on.
That's the full grab.
That's awesome, though.
Man.
I actually love that.
He just treated you like a toddler treats their city
Ragged
cup.
out my shit. That was awesome. All right, it's feeling a little better.
That was definitely a step in the right direction. Like,
I don't know why
kind
I'm
of getting around. You were
having a hard time
being more
timing this
judicious.
guy.
Well, yeah, so you can iframe through his swings, but the AoEs you really have to get out of the way of. Like if you're in the ring, so you can kind of dodge, but then you have to get used to when his damn hand is gonna explode, which is almost every time he slams it into the ground. So it's a dodge. You try and just get a few hits in it. You have to be judicious with when you try and get hits in.
I will say this is the first time that I felt like my weapon is doing better for fighting damn sword.
Well, there's a reason for that, and I haven't really given that to him yet, but he might think back eventually on his fight with Vicar Amelia and remember what it is that got him over the edge there.
Yeah, I did think of that. I
the
thought of that
first
right
thing-
away, and I just I feel like I haven't touched that for so long that there's no way that's gonna be as effective as one
It's
of
a
her.
beast. So beasts are more susceptible to any serrated weapon.
All right, I'll give it a whirl.
The Song Spear,
Holy shit!
Soul Cleaver, 30 King. It's not going to make or break this fight, but it will make you do more damage, you know.
The other reason for the 30 King doing well in this fight is just that you can keep it more at range. I didn't have to get like right up underneath it during my fight.
And you have a lot of weapons that have
a...
beast-rated kind of edges, but
That's
you
a new
know,
one
your
just
Soul
got
Spear is
mentioned.
probably the highest level. But you
It's
could
only
take it
+4.
back and you could. I would use your weapon now and then maybe go back and level it up if you want to use it. I'm not sure I would use it right now. It's not going to do enough damage now to make it worth it. But the thing is, it also staggers them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kind of opens wounds, like on their legs and stuff. That is useful.
Oh, that's right. Beast.
That freaking hurts so much. It's crazy. There you go. Nice dodge. You're very close.
I'm just a freaking frame behind on that dodge.
You get hit by the big arm. I mean,
I'm framed
the
behind
big arm is like
dodging
60%.
that big arm. Like I can dodge through that. I know I can.
You definitely can. Like you're right
just-
there, but like
for
that big
some
arm is
reason,
doing the
I'm-
most damage.
Like I don't know what the heck's going on here. You remember me last time, man. I mean, I was dodging perfectly.
You know another weapon you could totally level up for this, other than the ones we mentioned before, which you might find fun. It's a serrated weapon through and through. It's core.
Dude. Come on, guys. So frustrating when I'm just trying to get to the boss.
What weapon you're gonna say? Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
What am I gonna say, Sarah?
Fucking real, like spinning
The whirligig
the
saw.
whirligig saw.
Oh, yeah.
Totally a serrated weapon. You can absolutely get behind him and just charge L2 that shit right into his leg. Because the L2 is the one that does the, like when you're two-handing it, it does like the buzzsaw attack.
Yeah. Super badass.
You probably would want to upgrade that thing and put gems in it, but that thing will do some serious work to this guy. Definitely not doing with the Holy Blade.
Still doing a good amount of damage.
It's not so much about the damage output as it is like what it changes about the way he fights. Like, you're not just stopping any of his moves. Like, this is doing nothing to affect him. Like, that's hitting him in the butt, but you might as well just be hitting him with a fly swatter.
Yeah, I'm starting to
His swipes come really fast. Like, basically, as soon as he raises that arm all the way up, you're dodging forward and through it. Like, it's really fast, but you're just watching his arms. If any of them come up, you're just like dodge through it. But you can definitely, if you want to, because I know you like that thing, the whirligig saw is a very good weapon for this fight. Anything serrated.
I don't know that I have the weapons to. I mean, I don't know that I have the items to bring it to where I want it to be.
You definitely don't have the blood echoes, but you have some cold blood. I'm sure you could trade in for it.
Oh no, forget that. I mean the
But
resources.
You have enough. I bet you have enough to take it to level 7 or 8. That would be my guess.
You have so much saved up Madman's knowledge and Great One's knowledge that you could buy blood stones or blood chunks.
Yeah, I want to, like, I do definitely want to upgrade the Moonlight Sword.
What's the Moonlight Sword at?
I don't remember now.
That could be another way to do this fight, because that one can be a ranged weapon.
Oh, plus 6. Okay. So you like use all your shards and stuff to upgrade that?
I used a bunch of stuff when I cranked a bunch of resources into this sword.
Fair enough.
I really like it.
It's awesome.
But yeah, I'd be lying if I wasn't like really torn between the whirligig saw and this blade.
Well, the whirligig saw is just specifically a good weapon for this fight. Like, I'm not even sure I would tell you to use it again outside of this, like, just from a
no, I know what you mean. I'm just saying,
standpoint.
I had that moment myself already where I was like, oh man, I want to upgrade one of these, and the Moonlight Sword just felt better in my hand than the whirligig saw. But yeah, I definitely had that moment. Like, it's an awesome weapon, I can tell. If you were to get proficient at it, you could rip shit up. I'm gonna keep plugging away with this sword.
Well, and there's also, and I just want you to know, with bosses like this, like, and this is just a Souls game tip in general, is that you probably have a few Carol runes attached that are good for, like, general gameplay.
Yeah.
But there are some you can attach that would help you in this fight, you know? So you might even think about looking into your runes and see what's going to help in this fight.
Like, you still need a 23 hellfire.
That definitely helps, but it's not imperative right now. But like, I would think for this fight, I think there's one that does. First of all, there's one that does some fire reduction that might actually do more than your gear does. be one that does rally potential.
Oh, you
Because you're getting hit, and if you hit him back and you have increased rally potential, then you're going to get a lot more health back hitting him as he hits you. Yeah.
So, Hunter, I got an interesting idea to run by you. If they remade this game and they remade any of the item systems and killed that, is there anything you would change?
You gotta say that again. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Like, if they remade this game and they decided to like change how the kills were, or similar, is there any system in the game that wants to change?
Oh, good question. I think I'm gonna go with like what I think is probably the most common answer to that question, which is I would say switch the blood vials from collectibles to more of a flask style. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not really affecting Brad that much because he's farmed them so many times, but when people normally play this game, the real irritation is when you're fighting a boss you're having trouble with, and then the added frustration of going like, I have no blood vials left to fight it with. I gotta go farm blood vials. It's kind of an unnecessary addition to the headache, and
Especially
that's basically it.
Especially when every other Souls game has like.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to make the stakes a little higher with this stuff, but the flask, and I think that's why they went back to it in Elden Ring, because I think the flask system is basically just kind of perfect.
Come on.
Oh my god, dude.
I hate this game.
Oh my god.
I feel like you're having just a lot of like camera issues.
Camera issues, you're like just a smidge behind on your dodges. Like this game is all about iframes, and
I'm telling you, I feel like I'm like
miss.
I feel like I've got some lag or something going in my setup tonight. I really do. I'm not that I'm definitely like
the
not
Ludwig
an excuse
fight
guy,
is fucking hard. Specifically, the Ludwig fight is hard specifically because it's really hard to like time those iframes. You know, it's hard to time those dodges through swipes. And Clary piece, but Laurence here is really not that different in terms of just knowing when to time dodges. And for whatever reason, you seem a little behind on your dodges. Like you're just getting hit. Like it's just coming down right on your head.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like I'm like
just run past.
Run now. Like as soon as the door opens.
Yeah, just run through.
Right as soon as the door opens.
All right.
There you go.
It's a little bit easier to do that.
Don't even worry. Don't even try and challenge the guy. But yeah, just the dodges are where you should be focusing. Just timing your dodges through, and you can go right or left. But basically, when he swings, you want to be dodging through it. There you go. You're still in a very bad place camera-wise. Did you try not locking him on?
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Is it Saturday?
What up?
I forgot it was Bradder Day. Hi guys.
Hey, what up,
Dude, there's so much damage on here. Sally, what's up, man?
Happy Bradder Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
St. Braddy's Day.
Yes.
Almost, right?
Damn.
For Hunter, it already is.
You one up the hell out of Sal.
Hey, no, I appreciate that. The only way I can stay sharp.
have to go pick up stuff for dinner tomorrow because Cheyenne wants one of her favorite like holiday meals, and it's one of like my least favorite.
What are you
got?
doing?
Like corned beef and cabbage and potatoes.
Yeah, same, dude.
Are
You're hooked up with an Irish one too, or?
Courtney's like she's Irish as well. Her dad was like a big
Dude,
St. Patrick's Day
I
person,
know.
and so we'd
I'm
always
same
have like
here,
this. She's
dude.
like, "What if we make nachos tomorrow, but instead of chips, like we use potatoes?"
They're worse.
And I was like, yeah, exactly. That was my damn it, Sal. I was like, what if?
Yeah, I went up to you. I'm keeping you sharp.
Yeah, I was like, what if we make potato nachos, except instead of potatoes, we use chips?
Hey, I will
can just see
say,
the look Courtney gave you for that.
there's these
It's
fries.
like potatoes are gross. Like I like French fries, but like potatoes
Oh,
and that kind
wait.
of thing
How's
are
she
just.
cooking the potatoes? She's not crisping them up?
I don't know, dude. She's not making chips out of them. She's just talking about like making like baked potatoes with like nachos on top of them.
Oh my god, no! I thought she was like talking about like thinly slicing the
Yeah.
potato.
Like
That
baked
would be a
crisping it up.
chip.
potatoes.
Like chips.
You're describing chips,
Chips.
Sal.
Yeah, I think my brain just can't fathom just a fucking boring ass potato and cheese.
I don't know. Irish food is like, I feel like Irish people are like
They just boil the shit out
talking
of
about
everything.
how they're eating, like we're eating their shitty food like one day a year. Like, oh, those Americans are eating
Salty.
corned
It's
beef
not
and
even-
cabbage, which
it's-
we only eat because that's all the fuck we have.
It's not even an Irish dish. It's an American
yeah.
Irish dish.
It's
Like,
totally
it's not.
is, dude.
It's not even like really Irish. Like Irish food has a lot of like kind of unique depth to it, but like Irish American does not.
No.
That's why I go pick up fucking rye bread and make
Yeah, you
myself
have to.
Reuben while she's eating her damn
The
corn.
only way.
Yeah, it's,
Just run right up there. Or kill that guy.
Come on.
she loves it.
Nice that you good.
There you go. At least you don't have to worry about that part anymore.
Yeah, I was, I was overthinking that big time.
Oh my god, Brad.
Got
Hey, well,
fucking-
you
Oh,
do it.
first hit, dude. That's what he starts out with every time, pretty much.
You just gotta back like away from it.
Just run at him. He lifts his arm, and then dodge behind him. That's the ticket. So run at him. No. Not swing at him. Don't swing at him when you never want to be hitting his front. His front is not your target. It's. Oh, Lord. His front is where all of his attacks come, except for like one weird back swipe, but it doesn't do nearly the damage that the front stuff does. The front stuff is all where all the hell is. You gotta try and get on his ass. Get a couple of hits in, and then repeat.
Copy that.
But it's a hard boss. It's just a hard boss, too. This seems like this one's gonna kind of be a little bit of like your thorn.
I don't know, man. Like, if this is the kind of boss that's normally right up my alley. You know, not to be excuse making. Still, I really do feel like I'm a frame off of my setup, but like a couple of frames. Like, it does not feel right.
Is this because you have like 20 terabytes of memory attached to it or something?
That's not it. Definitely not.
We picked that up. That might be vials. Never mind.
Brad don't need no vials.
Oh, yeah. Blood gems. Oh, you open the door now, so now you gotta worry about this guy. Oh, never mind. Nice job.
Nice.
You got this shit, Brad!
There you go. That's it. Oh, shit. Never mind. I realized he was doing the bomb swipe. Dude, he's going ape shit on the backside. That's a good move. That's a good move. You like that one. Nice. There it is. There it is. Just keep doing that. Don't get greedy. Not more than 2 hits. Not more than 2 hits.
Back up.
2 hits is probably the max you're gonna get on this dude.
Gotta back up. Back up.
You find yourself on his backside. Oh, such range on that bullshit.
Heal.
Definitely heal. There you go. All the way back. Oh, you're so close to him.
Yeah, he's just stuck on the wall.
You're in a weird spot. That big hand slam is you got it. It's the AoE attack. That one. Back up. Back up. Look at this dude.
He keeps training on it hard.
So crazy. That's a good time to hit him. Probably one there. You got 2 hits in anyway. This is it though. You got this now. This is the fight. Oh.
Hunter just had to say something.
You just can't fight. You can't miss that one.
That was Hunter's fault.
That's not my fault.
He said something.
Not even close.
That he didn't dodge it. That's the dodge through attack. When he makes that swipe, that's when you dodge to his back. You're trying to actually provoke that swipe so that you can time the dodge behind him, get a couple of hits in, and then get out. But those arm swipes are what I look for when in this fight. Sorry if I missed you.
Not at all. No way.
Do you guys have an app recommendation for torrents? I'm trying to download the Resident Evil 4 HD project.
For your phone or for your PC?
PC.
PC? I like 2-bit.
2-bit torrent?
Yeah, uTorrent
Utorrent
tends to kind of, I don't know,
Get in there.
Okay, thank you. Did you say 2-bit or Q like Qbert?
Q, I think Qbert, right.
Alright, that was a bad example, but you got it.
Oh, you got him. You good. You got a hit in. Nice. He's doing it a lot. Yeah. Every time he slams his hand down like that, like, you got about 1 second till...
One more.
2 more.
One more.
You sound like me playing Peggle Blast this past week.
Oh, I
didn't
know you weren't getting peggled.
It was all night. He was doing it at 1:15.
Zach, are you into getting peggled too?
I mean, I definitely was trying my hand at it, but I definitely was not getting nearly as good as Hunter did. Hunter was very good at getting peggled.
I told Brian, because, like, this is all part of the Draft Punk Survivor game that we're playing, and we have to do it for competition. And he was like, did you feel like some people were underperforming? And I was like, no. I feel like expecting people to be good at this is like expecting people to be good at a pachinko machine.
Yeah.
Like, you put your fucking thing in, and maybe it's good, maybe it's not. That's
what she said.
There's a tiny bit of skill, but like 90% of it is just, did it bounce right? And so, like, the competition was like the best 3 scores from our groups, and it's like the best way to get the best score isn't to be good at it, it's to just play it way more than anybody else. He who plays the most wins. There you go. Good hit. Oh, you went behind his back. You were in his back, and then you got in front of him. But that was good. You still got some insight. Nice. There you go.
There's also like a little bit of shenanigans going
explosion.
on.
But never mind, you didn't have an explosion that time.
Sal, because in that game, if you have an iPhone, there's a way to kind of break it.
You got this, bud. There it is.
Break which game?
Peggle.
You got it. You got
Oh,
this.
really?
Yeah, and like both teams ended up figuring out how to do it.
You're alright. That's not
thing
gonna kill you.
Is that it would only work on iPhones, so...
The ball glitch.
Yeah.
I still think Brian should have let me play again after that. He was acting like it would be unfair to the other people who submitted. But like, those people who had submitted before me did it to get a prize.
Yeah.
It wasn't because they were frustrated. Well, the band was working for you.
I did not have, I couldn't use the ball glitch. And I was thinking about, like, I was doing kind of the math on it, because you got, what, like 27 balls or something like that?
The most I ever got was 32.
Yeah. And the most I could ever get up to was 12.
Well, you just don't, you just weren't doing the ball glitch, right?
I couldn't do the ball glitch.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 20 extra balls. 20 times.
I'm not criticizing him, but I feel like Brian made the wrong decision on that.
Yeah.
He should have just said no ball glitch scores count.
Yeah.
Like, because that's kind of cheating in a way, because it's like gives an advantage to anybody that's an iPhone. It's a stupid reason to have an advantage.
Fucking backswiping.
Watch out for the fire lava.
Yeah, you got burned.
Sorry, you're doing so fucking great, but the fire lava is what you gotta watch out for now.
It's crawling.
It's not hard to dodge, but you have to watch out for it.
Yeah, by the way, it's crawling now.
Yeah, he is at the bottom half, which is, you can dodge that. That's the fire lava. It's not hard to dodge, but you just gotta stay out of it.
Yeah,
That was a big hit. That was a big hit. Oh, you should have healed. Dude,
You have a lower
that was...
The button was
Brandon.
pressed.
Brandon.
I
That
have
was it.
Yeah.
That was the fight. That was precisely the fight. I actually think his third phase gets a little easier than the first, personally.
Mm.
You just have to stay away from the fire lava mostly.
No.
Get it hit in and move. Get it hit in and move.
Hey, what's that term for when in video games you get in like the zone? Flow state. Is that it?
Say what it is again, Sal? I was
What, flow state?
Is that
See
what
in
it
the
is?
field.
The Matrix.
No, like when you're like in the zone in a game and you're
Right.
like perfectly dodging shit. Don't they call that the flow state?
I've not heard that term until now, but sounds cool.
Uh,
I know what you're describing. I've
Yeah.
definitely felt that before.
It's the zone.
This zone.
Well, I'm gonna write flow state because I want to be different.
Attaboy.
Sal just over here floating. Straight rhymes.
Committed straight crimes.
Nice. We got the outside of that thing, and I'm gonna get hit by it.
Rally. So in truly provocative fashion, you know, Brian asked me, he goes, new feature of the tribal council, asking questions of some members of the voting team. These might be used in the write-up or video I posted. He goes, Hunter, do you feel like your early submission cost the tribe in this challenge? What was your thought process when you submitted that score? And like, I just wanted to be like, fuck you. Are you trying to make me cry?
They're pulling some Survivor shit, turning you against each other.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Stay away from that dude's hands. Nice. Ouch.
Yeah, but I was trying to do it after later. Like, so you had 32 in the mines. That's 20 extra goals, so that's an extra 500,000 just on the wall drops.
There's, yeah, you know what? I actually only scored. I scored consistently better in general with the ball glitch, but there was a few caveats to that. Like, one is I really was like only occasionally, like very rarely, getting the orange ball bonus, and that was a problem for me. I wasn't really scoring that much better, but when I did score higher, there was one particular glitch that nobody talked about that I ran into when I got my highest scores, which was when all of the buckets, the pachinko machine at the end were 25,000. All of them.
That I don't think is a glitch. I think that's a part of the game, and I could not figure out how to get that to happen.
It happened for me like 3 times, and one of those times I got like 818,000.
I don't know what was causing that, because yeah, I saw that happen a couple of times too. I was just like, I don't know what's doing that. I saw that happening on the later levels, but not on that first one.
I never played past that level.
The first level.
Fucking hate that game. If I never see that game mentioned after this again, I'll be a happy person. You're gonna have to pop. You're gonna have to pop a thing. You don't have any blood. Echoes.
What game were you saying?
I now have
Peggle Blast. It's like a mobile game. It was part of the second challenge of this Survivor thing we're doing with the Draft Punks, and it's the most god-awful mobile experience type game ever. It's like designed to make you addicted as fuck to it for no good reason. So that's what happened.
I feel like it'd be really funny though if Dan somehow threw a Peggle thing in one of our D&D sessions. It's like, and you come across a giant puzzle where you have to shoot a ball at bricks. And guess what? Those
like,
bricks are pegs too.
I'll hard quit. Hard quit. On the spot. He knows better. I hope.
We'll soft goad you into coming back.
He was kind of goading you along with his profile.
That fucking game. So what happened to me was, we only lost by 20,000 points, which in the context of this was the top 3 scores. I think the scores were like what, like a combined 2,400,000 to like 200 or 2,380,000 or something like that. Like it was an insane amount. So like 20,000 points is basically like 2 points. And when I submitted my score, at the time I had the highest score on our team, and it was like 650,000. And I was convinced there was no getting better at that. And so I basically I played like, I feel it was like a couple hundred games in a row where the ball just was not falling into the holes correctly. And I was just like, fuck this game, I'm done with this. So I submitted my 650,000 score to Brian, and I was like, I'm done playing this, so I'm submitting my score. It's the highest score now. I don't think that you can get much higher than this anyway. Here's the score. And then I deleted the game from my phone. I woke up the next day, and like a lab rat, I freaking installed it again and started playing for no good reason. And then I scored like 770,000, but I couldn't submit anymore. I'd already submitted my score. So that was the difference between 20,000 that we lost by. It was me hating this game so much I just couldn't stand my brain being addicted to it.
Me never getting anything lucky enough to fall to get over the 608,000. Because, God, you best believe, Hunter, I probably did 1,000 rounds of it.
Yeah,
if not more.
So I never want to play this game again. People have been showing their hours they spent on it. I don't even want to look at it.
Can I just say you're making me want to play Vampire Survivors so bad?
See, I'd be totally fine with that. That's better.
I think I could handle that more than this.
You know why?
The thing is, you can be good at Vampire Survivors, right?
Yeah. I like the onion old man, by the way, or garlic old man.
Like, if I was like, go learn how to be good at spinning a roulette wheel to hit 7.
Yeah,
that's this game. Like,
well, that's what
you're only gonna hit it as many times as you fucking spin the wheel. Like, if you spin the wheel 3,000 times, then yeah, you're gonna hit it a bunch. But like, if you spin it 100 times, you're gonna get it once.
They don't respect your time. The devs in that game, but the Vampire Survivor guy does.
Yeah,
that's why he did that shit. And you can feel that as a gamer that's been gaming for however long you have. You can tell when you're like, oh, I'm in a hamster wheel, versus like, oh, I'm in an experience. Like, I'm playing something that they want me to play, and not like, oh, this is like a FIFA loot box trap.
We didn't get as far into it, but not only did the developers of Peggle Blast not respect your time, if you play it enough, like the mobile version of the game, it turns into an intentionally disrespectful game of your time, because it's like, oh, you lost all your lives on this bullshit level, and so if you want to play more, then you have to buy more lives today, or you can wait till tomorrow to play. Like, it's that game. Like,
oh yeah, no
game. Fuck that game.
Come on, Mickey. Come on.
Like, if you can't just play the game at your own leisure, then I'm never playing it. Like, Brad, are you done fighting Laurence?
Yep.
I felt like you were done fighting Laurence tonight, like, because you're kind of chilling by the fireplace here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he was.
Well, you beat the hunters. You know, we fought Laurence a bunch tonight. You actually had one round where I was like, this might happen. I think this is definitely let's, get our timing back and come back and fight this one another day kind of night. But Laurence is a hard boss. Like I said, generally you haven't met what people consider the hardest boss in the game yet, and then it's kind of a toss-up between Ludwig, who you fucking annihilated, and Laurence as the next 2 hardest bosses in the game. So there's no shame in struggling with this guy. This is a boss that many people have struggled with.
Game.
So, and whatever Sal just said, it sounded like a word.
I said shame. Is my mic not working?
No, it's my ears that don't work.
Yes.
I read you loud and clear there, so.
Let's see. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap it up tonight. It is 1 o'clock in the morning here. I didn't realize it got so late so fast, but we got some things out of it. We went and visited, I forget his name, the guy who runs the League of Confederates. Squash some vermin. We'll probably try and get some more of those. I think you can, even if you want to in your spare time, farm a little bit in the first section of the DLC. Like, you'll probably get a few more vermin.
Mm-hmm.
and I think you squash 3, so I think you only need 2 more, and then he should kind of change his tune, and then you get a little bit of a not a quest line, but kind of a quest line with him a little bit. So
Cool.
look out for that. But otherwise, good night and good hunting.
Night, everybody.
To that.
Bye, everybody.